December 14th, and it's 8:30 a.m. in London. We're not doing it today at 9 a.m. Reason for this, that unfortunately I have some meetings coming up just around 9 a.m. and that's why we're doing this presentation a bit earlier today. If you're new to this presentation, usually from Monday to Friday at 9 a.m. London time at the live trading room here at tradecaptain.com, we provide our readers with a free market update. So what we're going to do next, we're going to take a look at the euro, Bitcoin, gold, crude oil, and the DAX 30. So these are in essence pretty much the biggest markets that people trade. Before we start though, as always, I need to stress that trading financial markets is unfortunately risky. You can make money, but you can also lose money. And if you are trading with leverage, which most people do when they trade, then you could potentially lose more than your invested money. So please bear that in mind before you actually start trading. Okay, let's begin. So again, welcome to another edition of the live trading room here at tradecaptain.com and sponsored by Amana Capital, one of the biggest brokers in the Middle East. Okay, let's begin, and we'll begin today with the euro. So this is the euro, and the euro ended its short-term downtrend yesterday when it took out 118. Took out this level. We're working with a very short-term downtrend here. We did have some initial success. The market did move down to 17, 14, and then we're trading sideways here. And I said that if we break to the upside, this market could go up. And if we break to the downside, then this market can go down. So we did take out this high here in the market, could potentially hit up right now to maybe 119. However, though, I'm a little bit surprised. The Fed did increase interest rates. They will increase interest rate three more times uh, in 2018, the way they're looking at it. So I'm not really sure exactly why the dollar decided to sell off on those news. If anything, when a central bank raises interest rates, then that tends to lead to a higher currency. So yes, the trend is short-term bullish. It could move up to 119, but I wouldn't necessarily be buying here. If you look at this from a big picture perspective, this is a 4-hour chart. We're consolidating in this big sort of pattern, and I think it's going to be choppy. And the way this is going, I think it could be quiet, and obviously we're heading into Christmas, so it can even be more and more quiet here over the next few days. So I'm going to be very neutral here, and I'm going to say that if we take out 17.14, I'll turn bearish. At that point, the market could do something like this. On the other hand, take out this high here, which is 19.64, and we could potentially have, a resumption of the overall trend, and the market might hit higher. Until that happens, I'm going to ignore this market. It's trading sideways. It's no point really, I think, to get involved here unless you like these sort of conditions. All right, so this is the price of Bitcoin, and Bitcoin has taken a little bit of a breather. And if you have watched any of the other coins, then they had been having their share of fun. To give you an idea, just today, Bitcoin Cash is up with 16%. This is another one, Ripple, up with 16.5%. Bitcoin, this should be Bitcoin Gold, up with 17%. And then you have Neo, which is up with about 10%. Whereas Bitcoin, it's been a little bit more quieter here, which makes sense. This is like the euro dollar of currency trading. So it's like the mother of everything, and everybody relates to it. And usually, when it gains, all the other currencies also gain to some extent. But I think what happened recently is just that Bitcoin is just gaining a bit too much compared with everybody else, and we've seen some sort of normalization where all the other coins are catching up with Bitcoin. Trading wise here as well, the overall market, it is bullish, and if we take out this level here, then we're gonna hit higher. Now it's really hard to start a projection level, but it makes sense to at least work with some big numbers just ahead of us, like 20,000. That's a big and round number. I think psychological level, if anything. And it's also about the actual see sort of corrections. You see this leg here was about 37%. So obviously moving up to 2000 here is going to be 15%. I mean, if we're going to stick to the actual percentages, then we're going to be even higher and higher, right? So I think this is possible. And, if we take out this high, this could be the beginning of that sort of rally. On the other hand, if we don't take out that high, then I do think the market needs to correct. So you might remember I said, watch this level here. And I said, if we pull back, we want to go long, but we didn't actually touch the buy zone because the buy zone was slightly lower. Well, I'm gonna get rid and scrap that plan today, and I'm just gonna focus on the fact that we're not dealing with such a very strong trend any longer, and I suspect that we could dip a little bit lower before we see some sort of a bounce. So watch this level here, which is where we find the 15-day EMA, and that is 14,239. Might do something like this and then head to the upside, okay? Here's the price of, well, actually, we're not going to watch the crypto coins. We're going to watch crude oil. So this is crude. Now, crude oil, I've been bullish, and I was bullish from these levels here. And I said, as long as straight above these levels here, I'll be bullish. Fortunately, though, the market moved against us, so it would have been stopped out here. And this market pushed down a little bit. Now it's a little bit like the euro, it doesn't really know what it wants to do. It's trapped in this big range. And I wouldn't surprise if we go back to 57.50. It could also obviously go down a little bit, but then eventually head up. But when the market is trading sideways the way it is doing right now, it's not optimal at all to trade here. So I would suggest that we ignore this for now and, maybe take out 55.79, and that could, cause the market to continue to head to the downside. The alternative, take out this high here and the market pushes to the upside. Here's the price of gold. Now gold here was short-term bearish. The market was bearish here. You might remember I said sell here for this to go down. And then I said again, down here people are probably going to sell, but you can see here at the end we had to give back a bit of the gains. And the overall market, especially if you look at it from a daily chart, is not necessarily well, it's definitely not bullish on the daily. This could just be some sort of correction and then push to the downside again. So I'm not 100% convinced that we should look to buy here. If anything, I run a sell. This is the prior lows, and I suspect that around these levels we should actually look to roll over. And actually, I'm gonna be bearish from this high here. It's close to today's high, like that. And I'm gonna be bearish as long as trade below this high here. That should be enough to just this being some sort of corrective move. So obviously we're moving away from that level, but I think it's going to go up and test. I think it's going to go up and probe a little bit more, and then it's going to spend 2-3 days here, and then it's going to go down. But as long as trade below 1270, I'm going to be bearish. Here's the DAX. So waiting for that Santa Claus rally, it's not really happening. We said look to go along here for this to go up. It did go up, but then it went back down. And I said down here, people are going to go long. And I said as long as straight above 12,982, this market is going to be bullish. But we haven't really seen any major traction. Now for now, in the last hour or so, the market is trying to push to the upside. So let's just be patient here. But obviously, we're stuck in a range here. And, it starts to look that maybe this was just a false move. And maybe we'll move back to the middle of the range, which, again, will just get us stopped out. So it's not ideal for what we are doing here. And unfortunately, there's not too much to do about that. But you're just going to stick to the trend. This market is known just for trading sideways, and then it just breaks to the upside. It does something crazy like this, a little bit like your crypto coins. So no major change to the outlook here. I'm going to remain bullish, and this is the DAX 30. Now, is there anything here that we should pay attention to today? Well, you can click here at the economic calendar, and the economic calendar is a special one here because it provides you guys with, it's much faster than you'll see with say one of the big websites, where I used to work, one of the bigger ones, and it's much faster than that one because their calendar is actually a manual calendar. We would have people that would update that manually. Now, because I'm doing this presentation from this laptop, Um, it takes longer time because I'm broadcasting to you. So for some reason, the calendar does not even load right now. Anyway, you can check it out afterwards. The calendar, look for things with the high mark here. That gives you an indication if something is, um, you know, it's going to be volatile or not. And that's it, really. Guys, don't forget, if you click up here and you click here, you're going to come to our homepage. And in there, you're going to be able to subscribe to our videos. Why is that important? Well, because if we make changes to the time as we did today, you'll get notified by that. You get notified when we go live, and any other videos that we upload, you get a notification about that. So it's a very efficient way. You just click here, and then there's going to be a subscribe button on the page that you're going to land at. Tomorrow, I will definitely be here at 9 a.m. and we're going to do these webinars on Friday, Monday, and Tuesday. Then I'm taking 1 week off. So from the 20th of December, I'm going to be away and I'm going to be back most likely on the 28th and the 29th. So it's going to be 1 week holiday there for me. And then obviously, we have all these bank holidays. And then obviously from January, we're gonna be doing this every day, Monday to Friday. Have a great day, and let me know if you have any questions. You can reach out to me via Twitter at AlexFX00. Don't forget to retweet what I post and we'll post on Trade Captain. Don't forget to share. It's really important. Trade Captain, as you know, is a website which was just launched 4 months ago. So everything is new. So we're trying to build it up. And obviously, the more you share our stuff, the more interest you show, the more are we gonna give you in return. So have a good day, and I'll see you guys tomorrow at 9 a.m. Thank you.